Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Lea and finally I'm managing to film another FlossTube video. So I've got everything set up, my list of my works in progress, my haul I'm going to show you today. It's just a part of what I've gotten in the last few months, but yeah. I will show the rest of it in my next video, so we're not sitting here all day. So I'm just showing you my setup here, my whips, and this is how I store my current progress. So this is what cross stitch in Germany is called. It's called Sticken. And yeah, so I bought these bags. I think I showed you in my last video, and I made some tags. I have a cutter that makes these tag ends. And yeah, so these are all my projects. And I'm just trying to do a very short update for you while you look at my new printouts from my cross-stitch patterns that I got. I showed you this one last time. And I just realized that in Germany we have a chain that is a drugstore basically, but you can go there and they also have an app which I used where you can send in your pictures and they print it in photo quality, and it's like really cheap. It's like 10 cents for one photo. So this is pretty amazing, and this is what I'm going to do with my PDF patterns because I really prefer paper patterns for like smaller designs. It's more tangible that what you have. It's so easy to get like a big PDF collection and lose count of what you have. And so I can put this in a zipper bag with the fabric and kit the kit up with this. And I showed these to you last time, I think, but yeah, I printed them out now. This one is new, and these are new, and I'm gonna talk about those later. As you know, so my last video was in March, and that was the February update, and now it is the end of May 2020. So just to explain very quickly what's been going on in the last few months, I've been working like 12 hours every day, no lie, and like 8 hours on the weekends, every weekend, for like almost all of the 2 months. And yeah, I'm running an online shop, you may know, for novelty fabrics and other sewing supplies. So like every other shop in the industry, we've had a lot of work to do. And as I'm very grateful that I've been affected by the pandemic in that way, it's been hard. It's been hard, and I really couldn't stitch in that time. Of course, I was very tired. So yeah, I could barely stitch at all. I will show you the statistics right now. You will see that I have not stitched a lot, especially in May. Yeah, that's it. I stitched a little on very easy projects, and I'm going to show you all of them. I'm going to do a whip parade today because it's so... I don't even remember where I was last time, and I won't show you the before pictures. I just can't. I'm just trying to get this out. I don't have that much time now, and I'm trying to keep editing the amount of editing as low as possible so I can have a chance to get this out in time. Now it's Sunday today and it's late in the evening, and I have to work tomorrow so much that, yeah, I just hope I can squeeze the editing in somewhere. But I'm very grateful, and I hope you're out there doing well in this difficult time. Okay, let's start. I'm going to show you the progress I made month by month in my statistics section. So these are all the projects that are works in progress or finishes of these last 3 months, and we're talking about 13 projects today. Yeah, I'm trying to get faster. So in March you can see the statistics right here. I stitched 76 hours in total. I stitched 18 hours on Heaven and Earth Perfect Wisdom, which is 25%, and on Snow White from Thread Geeks, which is 21.6%. So I'm just talking about the numbers from the larger projects that I've worked on the most. Okay, so first thing is my Heaven and Earth design Perfect Wisdom. So I finally finished most of this. I finished the page until here. The page finish is. But I still have to go on some of the dark blue up here, and I went down in the eye because that's all the yellow and orange colors I have in this project. So I have so like 6 colors that I'm not going to have to use anymore in this project, which was very exciting. And I think this eye makes it really come to life now. I'm so excited to get back to this project because it's an older one from 2018, but I have so many others now. But yeah, I still love this very, very much. Then the second project is Snow White, so let me pick that out from the box. Okay. I really don't know where I was last time, so I'm really sorry. But I think I finished the column in March, and I didn't work on it after that. That's all I did in March. And now I can show you the printout, and I don't have to edit. This is how it's going to look like. So this is just a photo from the store, and I have a cover photo now that I can show you. So as you can see, this is the feather is done, and the feather up there is done, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the castle come together. I was really curious how that will look when it's done, and I really love that that it's a smaller count, not the fabric, but the size of the project was like 300 by 400 at the most, like 250 by 330 or something. So you see a lot of progress in very little time. That's like the second or third time I've worked on this. Yeah, let's get on. Okay, next project. Now, I had an idea. I wanted to cross out what I showed you. So, first, second. Now, next thing is the Be Well and Stitch 2020. So I did this, I started and finished this in March. This was a project, and I'm really not well prepared. I'm really sorry today. This is a mashup that I did myself from various Be Well and Stitch patterns online. So most of you may have heard about that by now. I'm very late to the party, but when it first started, I immediately started this project. I'm pretty sure the bird is by Beth Twist, and I got this from another Be Well and Stitch, and I edited it a little. I think it had flowers down here, and I took the flowers from the Beth Twist pattern, and the scissor was from a Tiny Modernist Be Well and Stitch pattern, and I added my name in here and the 20 for the year and just a little dot to connect it together. Yeah. And I found some flowers online that I added in. I think the vase is another from a free online pattern that I added in. So I just wanted to have it all a little bit closer together. That's generally what I like about like these kinds of patterns, when they're like, when they don't have a lot of negative space. Because I really like the symmetry. I really like the pieces to be like very close together. So yeah, that's my Be Well & Stitch, and I added a little needle up here with a thread. That was just freestyle, spontaneous, that it started a little X up here and then just stopped. These are these eyelet stitches here and up here. And yeah, and I added those spools. Yeah, that's it. That's my Be Well & Stitch. And this is a variegated floss, and everything else is just DMC. But I don't remember. If you want to know, please ask me in the comments. What I know is this is a 36 count linen. I don't know from which company because I bought it on eBay. Yeah, that's just all I know about that. I'm really out of practice with doing floss tubes. I'm so sorry. I really want to get back to monthly updates. Okay, so next project, that's that. Oh, come on. Don't give up now. Okay, the castle. I just reviewed my latest video and I don't think I made any progress on this, even though I have like 5 hours of work in March. But that's probably the beginning of March, and I showed you the progress last time. Just to be sure, this is my Theresa Wenzler The Castle, and I really can't wait to get back to it. I'm making photographs today after this video, so next time I can show you progress, comparison pictures again when there's progress made. So that's that. The castle. Then I have my Mirabilia. Oh, I didn't take it out. This is my Mirabilia bag. So as you all know, this is how Cathedral Woods Goddess looks like. And here's my progress on her. And I think I stitched... Oh man, it's getting so dark outside. I hope I can edit the light a little bit. I just tried to get my blinds up, but I don't think that helped. So yeah, I worked down here on it quite a bit. And I think in the dark light you see the sparkly floss even better than in the light. Yeah, so I still love her a lot. I really want to finish her soon. I worked on her like 3 hours, so that's just one evening down here, and I didn't work on her again. But what I can show you is, I'm not sure if I showed this to you before, but I ordered from this box from China, and it's for washi tape, a box for washi tape that makes it very high, because most of the boxes are either very expensive or, especially in Europe, and most of them are just like 2 millimeters too short for the bobbins. So I bought this washi tape box, and here's all I need for my Mirabilia. So let me move that light. Oh my, it's so dark. Well, at least in my viewfinder it looks very dark. So here are all the beads I need for this project. The petites. I'm looking forward to using these purple ones, and so I just really love to work with this because I can easily place it on my sofa and I have everything with me and it looks very pretty. And here are my metallic threads and my silk threads that I use. Yeah, so that's that. So when my plan is when I really want to finish the Mirabilia, and then I finally have the silks for my chatelaine, and when I have finished my Mirabilia, I will work on my chatelaine, and then the chatelaine gets that box because I really need it. I have like tons of floss for that and different materials. Give me a second. And what's in it again? Ah, that's for another one. Yeah, so that's my plan for that. So I have a nice storage. I didn't want to buy 2 boxes because I'm losing control over my starting already, so I don't want to have too much space to put projects like WIPs in. So I just bought 1 box. Okay, so these are stickers I got from AliExpress, by the way. And I really love scrapbooking, or more like planning and decorating my planner. So that's what these are for. And I just thought I'd put them here today. Okay, so that's my Mirabilia. Oh, next thing. Oh my god, I haven't seen Murky Manor in such a long time. I think you saw the project last time. I think I didn't make any progress. I'm just putting my other bag back and looking for, where is it? Murky Manor. Here it is. And my project is not in there. Where's my Murky Manor? Did I hide it in there? No. Oh no, I'm so sorry. But I'm pretty sure I showed it to you last time. And I didn't make any progress since then. So I just stitched in March and I didn't make any progress. And it's still my goal to... I'm just doing a circle so I know I failed to show you. It's still a very top priority for me to finish it this year. I want it done. Yeah, so, but that's all my March stitching, and everything was fine in March. And then April happened, and I still got some stitching in April, but that's because I worked on my small projects. So, first project is my Village of the Month. And I have it here. And I even ironed it for you. So this is where I'm at with my Haunted House Village of the Month. This is my own color conversion. And yeah, so that's the pattern. I managed to get pencil marks on here or something, which I'm pretty sad about because I wanted to give it away. I'm still giving it away. I'm very sorry about that. I'm trying to erase it. Yeah, so that's how it's supposed to look, and I changed pretty much every color except for this one and the blinds. And this is how it's looking like now. So I added this border and I took away some of the top because I didn't want to stitch all of that roof. So I cut it off here. And I also don't want to make it a plushie. I just don't have space to put things in my house. I have like tons of blank space on my walls, but I really don't have any furniture where I can display much. So I have like 2 places where I can display things in my house, and that's it. So I'm hanging this up. But yeah, so I'm having like this zigzag on the top, so I thought I'd add it to the border. And there's no back stitches planned in this pattern, but I added it now to the door, the handle, like around the blinds, because I just think it looks prettier. and I added the candles, and they were supposed to be stitched like with 3 axes, but I just made 2 long stitches for the candles because yeah, I like the effect. They look a little like nicer. And here's the ghost, and here I made a mistake, so I stitched with 1 thread all the way down here, and then I realized, oh no, there's supposed to be a blind. So I just thought, okay, that blind is broken, it's a haunted house, that's okay. So I added the little leftover blind on here, and the rest will be just wall. But I think it's not too bad, because otherwise everything would be the same, and you know, I think it's fine. And up here is supposed to be a bed button anyways. So yeah, I think I'm finishing this very soon, and this was a project I stitched this in April. So in April I stitched 46 hours, and 16 hours I stitched on Village of the Month, and that's 34% of the month I worked on this. And this is a 14 count Aida, and it's easy, and I just stitched in the evenings like for half an hour. I was tired all the time, but I just can't live without stitching. So this was the perfect project for me to just have a little piece, a little bit time to stitch. Yeah, and that's that Village of the Month. Now for my, oh yeah, my dimensions. I worked 14 hours in April and a lot in January, but I haven't worked on it since then. So this is what I've been working on in, I'm just putting it down here. In April, I think I added this part. I was like up to here, and this is what I added in April. That's not too much for 14 hours. I don't know what I've been doing in this time, but it's I think this part, and yeah, that's it. I don't know what I was doing. What was taking so long? It's even half stitches. Give me a second. So, yeah, I glued some crafting paper, like scrapbook paper, on a box. And here are the flosses for the Serenity Garden Angel now. And I have some floss cards here that are not used. Oh, these are separators supposed to be, but I throw this thing around, so they're all... Yeah, you know, you see it. It's chaos. Okay. Let me see. You know what my Serenity's Garden Angel looks like, right? Ah, I found it. Just in case. Here she is. I really want to finish her this year as well, and I know that's a big goal. But her and Murky Manor are my oldest whips, and I would really like to get them done. But I don't know when the situation will get better and when I will have time again to stitch as much as I did before. And, you know, to be honest, it was pretty much the last year was pretty tough for me. So it was an escape from reality a lot of the time. So I stitched a lot to escape, and I got really deep into those projects and over-planned everything, like really just to not think about the rest that's going on. I don't know if I can ever continue that intensely on cross-stitching project planning. So I bought a lot of kits lately. That makes it much easier for me to start stuff. Here we go. Okay, that's it for my Serenity's Garden. Then my next project is a new Heaven and Earth design, and I have to edit in here what it's going to look like. This is my first time using 10 stitch on a big piece. I tried using 10 stitch on my little ghost piece and on my little bunny piece. Those were like hand size Etsy patterns. Now let me see, where is my project? Here it is. So here's the tag, Heaven and Earth, Witching Hour Mini. And I love that it's a mini, and I think it will look really, really great. And I'm trying to print off the cover page so I don't have to edit as much. Oh man, it's so dark. The sun is shining outside, but it's still very dark in here, I feel. So yeah, these are, I don't have stitch counts and stuff because that would have been so much preparation. I've written it down for myself, but you know, that's a lot. That's like the first column of a page, of the first page. And that's the stripy background, and that's the first stripe that I have finished on the wallpaper. And there's already some parts of the motif on here. So it's not a lot of background that I have to stitch, and I really love that about the mini. As you know, I really love to watch Needlecraft Dani's FlossTube channel. If you don't know her, please go watch her. It's Needlecraft Dani, and she makes a lot, she stitches a lot of Heaven and Earth designs and large patterns, and she has a mini winter rose by Heaven and Earth Design, and that's a little fairy, and she looks so good. I mean, everybody says you have so much loss of detail in the minis, but I mean, they're achievable. They're more achievable than the big ones. And her mini looks so beautiful. It has so much detail, it looks perfect. It wouldn't need any bigger size for my taste. So I really like to see that. Now my camera stopped recording because my video file is too big. Yeah, so you know, that's my start, and these are 7 hours only of work. That's amazing. I love 10 stitch. That's 28 count, 2 strands of floss, 10 stitch. I think I will still once in a while do full coverage with full stitches just because I like it. But you know, to be honest, I don't want to do Hates any other way again, because look at the coverage. Isn't that amazing? It's perfect. This is a cheap Chinese fabric I bought. I love it. It's working great. And you know, I've been having trouble with 10 stitch on the 25 count because I'm really having trouble to get the strands lie nice next to each other. But with 28 count, with this tight weave, it's perfect. It's just perfect. I don't have to rearrange them. I don't have to watch too much about the placement of the thread. They lay perfect. It's fast. I love 10 stitch on 28 count. I really recommend using 28 count for real. If you can stitch on 25, you can stitch on 28. It's not that far apart, in my opinion. Yeah, so enough of that. The video is already way too long. I'm sorry. Okay. Mini Witching Hour, my new start in April. So I'm happy I made a new start. I planned on starting this in my yearly end of the year video anyways. And so the next thing that I worked on was my Zelda piece, because it's an easy stitch and I really could. This was a perfect project for me as well when I was stressed out, and I couldn't really work on something I have to think about a lot. So since my last time I added this part, I think. I added his face and his hair was there, I think. I stitched up until here and I added everything until here for him. So yeah, I really want to finish him too. I have this on pause, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of, I mean, it's a nice mix of colors. There are lots of different colors and you have like big parts and small parts, small color changes, but you don't have too much color changes. So this is so relaxing and it's a free pattern I got and it's, I don't know where, but you can buy it on Etsy, I think, today. And it's 14/2/2 and I really like the coverage of 2/2. I'm fine with that. I mean, you can see the fabric, but I mean, it's cross stitch, so whatever. It's fine. I'm fine that with my cross stitch looking like cross stitch. And I don't like stitching with 3 strands. Yeah, so that's it. I'm sorry if I'm amming a lot. I'm really not too much focused to make this perfect, which is one of my... That's something I'm focusing on learning, to not try to be perfect all the time, which is a big problem that I have in my life. Yeah, so sorry for amming, sorry for not editing properly. I'm just trying to do it to get just the right amount of planning in here and not too much. Okay, so that's my Zelda piece. Okay, then we have Gamer. Oh, I worked on Zelda in 2 hours in April and in May, no hours in May. So that's, oh, and 8 hours in March. So at the end of March, I think I worked on it too. Yeah, okay. And that's, and I worked every month on Gamer, but just like 7 or 8 hours every month. So not a lot of progress there. That's what I'm really sad about the most, but I'm talking about that later. Now, let me show you. Oh, we're at Gamer. Okay, I can show you. So I'm sure everybody knows by now how my Gamer piece looks when it's finished, and this is where I am at now. So I show you my close up. So the last time I showed you, I was like here, and this is where I am at now. And you may notice it looks so pretty because I washed it, and I didn't wash all of it, but I washed most of it because I'm going block by block, or I'm starting to get back to working like 10 by 10 blocks again, and then you really don't need the gridding. And these 20 by 20 grid lines didn't help me at all. I always have to use a marker to mark the 10 by 10 grids by hand, and it prevented me from washing this piece. And this piece is lying around a lot because I'm always trying to work on it when I can. And it was so dusty, and the floss was dusty, and you couldn't iron it because ironing probably sets this the red grid lines. So I was fed up with it. I really was. So I put it in hot water. I gave it a really nice rinse. It looks very pretty now and more even, I think, and not that fuzzy and dusty, and it's worth it. I don't care. I will never buy gridded fabric again with the 20 by 20 grids. I will just buy plain fabric. I really like the fabric even more than Zweigart. Let me tell you why. In comparison to Zweigart, the weave is tighter a bit. Like, the fabric between, like the holes are bigger probably, and the fabric is like not as wide as the 25 count from Zweigart, and that makes the stitches look much nicer. I think that makes them have better coverage. I was very skeptical at the beginning, but I think the coverage is better on 25 count. Like, what's that, DMC fabric? Or, you know, the magic guide that's not Zweigart, the one with the red. I always forget which is which, but I know I'm not the only one. But yeah, so I will try to get 28 count or 25 count from them in the future, and trying to get it without the grid lines or wash them off whenever I want to. And it was very easy. I just rinsed it like for half an hour in hot water from the like right from the faucet, and I washed it twice and rinsed it again and put a bit of dish soap in it, just a little bit, and that worked really, really well. And I ironed it afterwards, and now I'm happy again. And yeah, that's my gamer. I'm really sad. Now, just one sentence about that. I'm really sad. I wanted to get 7 pages a year at least done. The 10 pages will never happen. I still hope I can get the second column done. Oh, I'm sorry. Another sentence. I want to do this in 10 stitch. Like, there's a purple background and I want to start 10 stitch, and I started it here and it looks great. This is 10 stitch. You don't see a difference. But I don't want to start in here where I already stitched full crosses within one design. But here there will be a cut and the background from the Gamer Girl will start. And that's what I want to do in 10 stitch, so I can do at least a little bit of tent on this piece and have it finished faster because it's taking forever. I can't stitch on it right now. Okay, gamer. That's gamer. Yeah, so gamer done. Now, Spellville. The Barbara Anna Spellville sale. If you haven't seen it, go to, what's her name? CreativePoppies.com. It's on her front page. It's looking amazing. And the second part will be finished tomorrow, and I spilled coffee on here, but I'm sure I can... I'm torn. Somebody posted on my Instagram, which is a very nice idea, that I should coffee dye just the whole piece. But on the other hand, I picked this for a reason, this white fabric, this white sparkly fabric. Maybe I will just add, maybe the pattern will just have something here, and if not, maybe I will use a little bit of bleach, very thinned bleach with water, or I will just stitch something on there. But yeah, that's part 1. I finished it completely. It's supposed to be stitched in the darkest brown, like 3371, I think. I chose black. I'm good with black for this. And this is a 28 count opal even weave. I don't know. It's an opal linen, maybe even. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm very ill prepared today. I'm really sorry. So I changed the skin color from the pattern. The pattern wanted it to be a very orange. I changed it to this very pale skin color. I picked my own orange tones for this, and I added some metallic. It's the DMC metallic, and I really just want to get rid of it. So I'm using it here where I don't need to do a lot of stitches. And she has like golden hair, and there's golden sparks flying, and I think they're so cute. And the black work is so pretty. I love this pattern. I love that. And So Barbara Anna already released the preview of part 2, and there will be like cute spell shops and a little bit of Orange Village on here and some witches flying around. It's going to be so cute. So yeah, that's my start. I started the night this got released. So I was up at midnight to download this pattern and I started it that night because I was so excited about it. And yeah, if you stories like these, I will most of the time I will post on my Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. I'm there, Lea Revenga. And yeah, and I'm trying to not spoil every progress that I made. So you still have something new to see on my floss tube that you didn't already see on my Instagram. So that's why I'm not posting everything on my Instagram, but just a little bit here and there. When I really want to talk about something, I post it. When I really want feedback, I really want to talk to someone, I'm posting on my Instagram. And the last thing is my chatelaine. And my camera is running out of power, so that sucks. I didn't work on my chatelaine. So that's my, just to wrap up, that's my May. I worked on Barbara Anna for 8.5 hours. I worked on Gamer for 6 hours. I worked on the Village of the Month for 5 hours, and that's 19.5 hours in May. Yeah, that's how my stitching goes, but I bought a lot of stuff, believe me. I had to do retail therapy because I couldn't stitch, so I just bought things. Sorry, got disturbed there. So, yeah, I've been missing my NPI silks, which I have to put in here, and I really didn't want to continue before I didn't have them, and I think I told you that like 5,000 times. But when I finish my Mirabilia, I will continue with this, and I have my silks right now, and I will show you in a second, and I'm very excited about that. But yeah. That's my chatelaine, no progress this year whatsoever, but as I'm just showing you all my other projects, I just thought I could show this to you too while I'm at it. And that's the whip parade, and I worked on every single whip except for the chatelaine. So that's not too bad, I think. Could be worse. Just in case you wondered, I printed off my chatelaine as well. And yeah, so here the blue tones are all in silks, and they're really different from DMC because I think I showed you before, and I switched all the silks that are solid to DMC, but these blue ones here I bought as silk because the difference is really, really huge. These are much more brighter, more intense, much prettier, and yeah, so that's why I changed it last minute to silks. And I'm really questioning the coloring in here, but that's a topic for another video. Now for haul, guys, haul. Finally, I'm showing you stuff. And if you've seen my address, it doesn't matter because by German law I have to make my address public, and I hate it, but I have to. So whatever. Okay. This is like just a little part of all the haul I got. I got like so much stuff I can't show you in one video, but I'm trying to make a start this time. So the funny thing is I bought this from March on, and everything arrived like within 2 days this week. And that's really funny. And I posted it on my Instagram, And there were some people that commented that they had the same thing happen to them. So somewhere there they untied a knot in the postal system and customs system, so everybody all at once got their things now, which is nice, but also a little bit overwhelming. Especially now that I don't really have time to plan and sit down and put some hours in planning and starting and sorting. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming, but I'm still very happy that all my stuff arrived, and I'm sure I will have more time soon to really appreciate the things and sit down and take a look at them and plan when I want to start them, and you know, the things we do when we get stuff. So this one is very not typical for me, but I saw this so many times online, and I always stopped there because I love the colors so much. I love how it's looking. I'm not into Christmas. I don't know what it is. I love this pastel minty blue, I guess. Yeah, and then I just thought, okay, whatever, just buy it. It's the coffee shop by Dimensions, and it's a petite, so not a big piece, and I really like to buy smaller pieces recently because I'm not stitching so much, and I can probably finish these easier. That's how they look, and I will show you an unboxing when I start them. Yeah, so that's just, I don't know, my guts picked it. I can't explain why I like this so much, but it's really cute. Okay, next thing. I just threw everything in here. I showed my mother-in-law all my orders yesterday, and I just threw everything in a few boxes. So everything is out of order right now. Yeah, I wanted to try these twin-pointed quick stitch needles. I haven't seen these in action, and I don't hear many people talk about them. So I guess they're not working as well, but who knows? Tell me in the comments if you use these. I will try to use these on Gamer right next time I work on it. Then also, what I would like to know, do you buy more when you're stressed out as well? And especially the spring? Am I the only one? I've heard it from a few floss tubers, and I'm like, oh my god, I can relate so much. All this, and there's like so many memes online where you see the people with all the crazy stuff they have, like medieval swords and weird helmets and stuff, and it's the meme like all the shit I bought when I was in quarantine. So I'm like, yeah, I know that. Oh, one thing I want to show you is a birthday gift I got, and it's so great. And I'm usually not so much into pinks, but this is just so crazy and awesome. I love it. So this is a teapot, and I got this from my mother-in-law, and I love it so much. It's so cute. It's a snail, and it's hand painted, and she's so cute. And here you pour the tea, and oh my god, I love her so much. It's so cute. And it's like, I love how she's like, she has these wavy parts, and oh my god, I love her. And yeah, it's where you put the tea. I like crazy stuff like that so much. Okay, so back to topic. I'm really sorry. Oh my god, I hope my camera batteries don't die. So I purchased 2 times from my local online needlework store and 1 time from 123 Stitch. So this is from 123 Stitch. This is from my local needlework store. Jardin Privé. Cat lovers, I've seen it first on Angela Stitch's channel, please go watch her if you don't already. She's awesome. I love her projects a lot. Go watch Angela Stitches. Yeah, so I saw it on her channel and I fell in love. And with her, most of the stuff she stitches, I want to stitch too, like right away. Yeah, so that's one thing I will start, but not in the near future, I think. I don't have it planned. That's the Market release by Ink Circles, my first Ink Circles design ever. After the roses, I'm sure you've seen it a lot of times, and I have this fully kitted. That's awesome. So for this, I can show you. This was a really dark linen fabric, very dark, like natural linen, they said. And I put it in bleach cleaner with water. And I don't know, I filmed a little bit. I don't know if I put it in an older video. I'm really not sure. So I cut a little edge from the fabric and tested it before I dyed the whole piece, and I measured it so I don't need that edge here. I'm not missing it for After the Roses. This is a big piece. And yeah, so I first tried it. I was scared that the fibers could be brittle from the bleach. So yeah, I tried it. And then it was very, very big. So I tried a shrinking method, putting it in hot water, like in boiling water, and then putting it in very cold water, and then putting it back in hot water. So I tried to shrink it. And yeah, it shrunk like one size. Like, I don't know what it is right now. I think it was a 25 count and it shrunk to a 27 or 28. 27 maybe. So it's a bit better. And I want to stitch on this 2/2. Because I want... I thought about stitching it on 40 count, but then it would be so small that you wouldn't even see it anymore. It would be like probably like this size. Yeah, so that's why I'm choosing this fabric. And so if you want to shrink linen, you can try this method and put it in hot and cold water for a couple of times. There's I found an online article that told me how to do that. So yeah. Here we go. So I can start it right away. And I'm really thinking about if I'm having a calmer month. Like fall usually I have, or like August is usually very, very not much happening in my store. And maybe I do a mania in whatever month I want and start like new stuff for all the work I did in the last months. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much. I'm trying to get faster. Needle stands, you know it. It's cute. I love especially the scissors and the little bunnies and the little birds and the little flowers. I love the saying. I am not too much in love with this. Like, I think it's the sun setting, maybe? I think I really want to, I told you last time, whatever. I want to change that. And I already got the stuff for this as well. So, ready to start. Yeah, this is my first order I did from my local needle workshop. I didn't even unpack it, you know, guys. I was just so busy, I couldn't even unbox it. It's like really crazy right now. I'm just buying and buying because I have the money to buy all this stuff that I always wanted. But now I don't have the time to even look at it, right? Really. It's a bit frustrating, but I'm just thinking there will be a time when I can like look really deep into the colors. So these are what do they want from me? Classic Colorworks, I think. And what are those? Classic Colorworks 2, I don't know, weeks? Yeah, they're both wanting Classic Colorworks, so these are for both of those patterns, and some I will just for some I will just use DMC. So I have a mix of variegated floss and non-variegated floss. So next project. This is something even before, like when I was like a teenager, like 15, 16, I always saw this picture, but I was a one-at-a-time stitcher, so I never bought it. This was around the time I started my Serenity Garden for the first time, and from that time I always loved this. So this time I was like, you know, whatever, go for it. This is from 123 Stitch, and yeah, I have the Fall Fairy finally after all those years. That's why I bought her, and I have expanded my Dimensions kit collection a lot. You will see that in my next video. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm like from 1 kit to like 6 or something. Yes, and I also got an order from XJU Design, and I didn't really know that that was in here too. I don't have the time to show you this time. Let me get that sorted. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to show you. My battery died and I will have to wait hours before I can film like for a long time. So this is the last thing from my order I want to show you, and this was, besides the NPI silks, which are so beautiful for my Chatelaine. So I ordered these silks, and I think one skein more, but I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, so those are the flosses, and they are so bright. It's beautiful. Yeah, so this was one reason, and this was another reason I wanted to order from 123 Stitch, because you can't buy this in Germany. I think Disney probably limited this for the US, and yeah, so this is an official Star Wars Dimensions kit, and I love Star Wars. And I first saw this kit on Julie's Kansas City Girl in a Colorado Worlds channel, and yeah, I needed this. I love Star Wars. And yeah, so this is on black fabric. This is going to be interesting, but I don't think that this is a project is too big, as there's a lot of fabric showing, a lot of half stitches, and yeah, I love it. So this is the first part of a lot of haul. I don't know if I will do a video next month in June, like in the middle of June, to make a haul and update video to show the rest of the stuff. And I really want to kit up my new projects with you, so I will kit up with these flosses. I have some hand dyes by XJU Design, which I can show you next time. I have some more Dimensions kits. There will be more Dimensions kits coming, so it's going to be interesting, but I will kit up those with you, I think, very soon. I hope this wasn't too much of a chaotic mess. I have the feeling it's a very chaotic mess, but that's all I can do right now. I hope you still enjoyed my FlossTube update, and I hope to see you in the comments, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!